Hello and welcome to the Bad Guy Reviews, where good movies rise and bad ones burn. Now, I know it's been a while since I made a video, and I thought why not today I do a special review on a certain movie. Now, if you may remember, last December I reviewed the 9 Saw franchise, aka Saw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, Jigsaw, and Spiral. And last December, I, at the end, seen a certain movie and got the said certain movie. And that being Saw 10, baby! That's right, today we are reviewing Saw 10. Now, I know you're wondering, what is the movie about? Well, basically this movie is taking place between Saw 1 and Saw 2. Which means, well, we're actually getting Tobin Bell back to play John Kramer. But not only that, but when I saw the trailer for this one, I shit my pants. Because we also got Shirley Smith, who played Amanda in Saw 1 through 3, and possibly the Dead Body in the Flashback, Dead Body in Saw 4, and such like that. But we don't need to talk about those. Yeah, we're here for this movie. And yeah. I know you wonder, why did they make this movie, even though there could have been something else for even though there's probably nothing else to talk about in the past from the past 7 Saw franchise. Actually, there is. But I'll tell you that as we dig into Saw 10 and show you how this day actually made Saw great again. So the movie actually begins not with a trap, but with an x-ray picture. Because it shows John Kramer in an x-ray machine getting his x-rays on his brain tumor. Because remember, he could die from the brain tumor, but in Saw 3, so that's motherfucking Jeff took him out quickly. And the doctor says that he has months or so to live. However, to John, he basically said, "Ed, so your advice to me is to die easy?" And he didn't get a response. He didn't go off on the doctor and such, but he didn't just walk off I think, because it cut to another scene with him getting a drink in a water fountain. However, he sees a janitor and he's thinking of stealing a cool golden Rolex watch. I think it was a Rolex watch. But yeah, but also, there's another thing I forgot to add, and that's that John also attended some group sessions, because I think that's what dying people mostly do. I could be wrong, but hey, there could be some people that could answer me in the comments and such. Yeah. So back to the janitor thing, and John looks at him, and then sees the a device that was holding a pair of fingers, all 5 fingers by the way. Then next thing you know, boom, Saw trap. We're back in the Saw trap, people. This trap will be called the goggle eye trap. And the purpose is that he has to break all 5 fingers one by one and such. I don't know if he can do it all at once or one by one, but I don't know. Then, if he doesn't do it in time, his eyeballs will literally be sucked right out from his head. Hence why there's someone with the goggles and it has an X sign. However, in the movie, there's no X. Just a curve up and around top and then goes down to a container where it'll hold the eyes. Unfortunately, he only 3 out of the 5. And yes, I did this just to get a good snapping noise. And yeah. So, he failed and his eyes got sucked out. However, for the first time ever, this is actually not an actual trap. Well, not for the first time ever, I meant, sorry. I meant for the second time ever, this is actually a daydream. Kind of like how Jill had, like, the whole pain train trap situation when, like, he was gonna get, when she got ran through a train, through a blade train, thanks to Detective Mark Hoffman. But yeah. Also, one more thing to add, that if you want to check out all of my Saw franchise Bye Guys review episodes, they are linked in the description below. And yeah. Anyways, but then she knows that the janitor that decided that he has second thoughts, and as he leaves, he told the dude that he made a good choice. Even though he's probably staying there like, the hell are you talking about, dude? Like, what do you mean good choice? Yeah. If he knew John Kramer, he would know to watch his ass. Anyway, then it goes to, like, him going around places, and then also riding up, and then ends up with him at a coffee cafe place, outdoor coffee cafe place, I meant. And he is writing up his will. Sorry, there's like a screw right here. It's like, I'm gonna have to get this fixed or get a new fan. But yeah. And then next thing you know, he sees a person from the support group that he went to, Henry Kessler, who had like a stage 4 pancreatic cancer. And apparently he got healed from it because and it caused him like a torso scar around, like, I can't show you on screen because I know I show myself on screen, sure it was a lot, but like just around and such. And yeah. And he gave, and Henry Kessler told him that like he could get, or this, oh my god, sorry, I'm trying to speak, that he can try going to get his brain tumor cured from the doctor that helped him out, named Dr. Peterson. So John gave him a website to look it up. He does, and he apparently the governor tried taking him down, so he went to Mexico and Norway to get away from them. Honestly, guys, tell him about that alone to any Saw fans, I bet you that would have made y'all jolly about it. Because if you didn't know, this ties in to Saw 6. Because back when William Easton talked to John, and he talks about how, and if y'all remember that he talked about a doctor in Norway and such, this is what he talked about. It's Dr. Peterson's and all. And even though William Easton said, I don't think you should go there, spoiler, he did. Because fuck you, William, and fuck your character BS! So yeah. So he gets a call from, not Mr. Pearson, but his daughter, Cecilia Pearson. Yeah, that's her name. And they had a chat on the phone, and yeah. But also, there's another thing I forgot to add, that when John Kramer did make an email to talk to Cecilia about it, and yes, I'm actually going to show you this, don't worry, I'm not getting in trouble for it, but they actually showed John Kramer's actual email address, which then gets everyone to go look up for the email address on their Gmail. And if you do that, you will notice that it will respond with John Kramer being out of country, but it will give you a phone number that will ask you to play a game. And yes, I did this, and it was kind of fun. But I didn't go further, all over the top further about it, because I didn't want to like do something that I'll end up, But yeah. So after that talk, John takes a ticket to Mexico and meets up with a taxi driver named Diego. Oh. And they actually shows a tour. And Diego actually shows a tour for John around Mexico. But two things I should tell you about this. One, remember Diego because he'll be important later on. And two, remember this as well. For obvious reasons. So then they go half to Cecilia Peterson's surgery lab, hospital lab, you can say. Yeah, I'll say that. I'll call it the hospital lab. So yeah, but right before they went in, a van came out of nowhere, and two burglars were looking people came out and asked for John's identity, which he convinced that he is indeed John Kramer. And they're like, okay, you can come in. And they basically took him to the van to let him in because it was a test, so then it's not like the governor and such. Which I think it's a little bit of a clever idea because if you want to be that cautious, that's the kind of perfect way to go through if you're a business person. Keyword, business person. Then John meets a few other people. It's like Gabriella. He meets a little kid named Carlos. Yeah, Carlos. He meets Parker Seal. Here's Valentina and Mateo. Remember all these characters because yes, once again they will come back later. Anyways, however, also another thing, Parker Sears and this were in the scene where John and him met up, that he actually talks about how, actually mentions that he is a patient that got cured from a different kind of cancer. Then another scene has Cecilia and John talking to each other, and John talks about how in the past he's been a medical engineer and tried to make a meat packing plant and such, but nowadays he helps people. Basically, in a nutshell, he helps people overcome anxiety skill. That's it. And even though Cecilia says, oh, like a life coach? And he's like, yeah, kinda.
We all know what he really meant. If you've seen the Knights of the films. Well, except for in Spiral, but yeah.
Anyways, then at night, John couldn't sleep, so he decided to go out and talk to Carlos and probably make friends with him. There's just one tiny problem. Carlos cannot speak English. He can only speak Espanol because it's in Mexico. However, and yes, I know this is gonna sound stupid, but yes, to all any non-Spanish speaking people, we did learn one Spanish word in this scene. That is pull. And if you want to know, basically, in English is pull, but in Espanol is jala. And yes, I know if I butcher that, sorry. But for some reason, when I think of jala, I think of Taylor being like, give me a jala. I'm sorry, y'all, but it's just what I am, okay? Don't wait for them to WWE, fam! Yeah, then he actually helps Diego's bike. Like, so anyways, they went to go. Then the next day, they set up the surgery, but they wouldn't let John sleep through the surgery. But basically, they put him in a drug-infused something stick or whatever. Sorry, I'm not a medical person. I'm just a random bisexual guy. Sorry. So then they made him pass out. Oh, and he wakes up to learn that he is now cured. And then Cecilia said that his whole life begins again. And describes him some medication and such. And yeah. And there was even at one point where they actually show him shirtless, which he actually looks good, honestly. And hey, and also, I know some of y'all dickheads are gonna be like, "Ooh, Dylan's a pedophile, or he's flirting on John Kramer." To that, I say, up yours. As much as I like John Kramer, I'm not that likable to him. I know he's 8 years old. I will not be that inappropriate, people. I'm not a pedophile, and I never will be a pedophile. I'd rather kill a pedophile than become one myself. And yeah, and again, to all you people who think I'm a pedophile, up yours! Just up freaking yours! Sorry. I had that pass that I'm not going to talk about in this video because we're doing a Saw 10 review, not a My Life review. Whew. If y'all are curious, yeah, Tobin Bell was actually 8 years old and he just looked good. Again, up yours. So then, John, goes around Mexico and decides to, at first he was doing some doodling on the saw trap, but then he realized about his, brain tumor and all, so he throws the paper away. However, interesting Easter egg fact, if you look at the paper, is actually some diagram pictures of the rock trap from Saw 3. You know, with Timothy Young, everyone being uncomfortable, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. However, the doctors always forgot that he's a medical, mainly Cecilia, is a medical engineer. So, John actually found a loophole to send some tequila to Gabrielle and others as a thank you gift. So yeah, he gets there, but then comes in something that for the very first time will make us feel sympathy for John Kramer. Cause yeah, I know, even though y'all are being like, oh, John Kramer's still a killer, even though he says that the traps did not hit him. Well then again, you're gonna definitely feel sympathy for this guy. Trust me. I'll explain in just a tiny bit. Then he opens the door. Then he goes inside, which he sees the door open and some places effed up. And for some reason, during the scene, I think Tobin was letting out his inner old man way, cause hello, Gabriella. Seriously, I know he's 8 years old, but come on. Okay. Anyways, so he goes to the room where the surgery happened and found a laptop that fell down. He picks it up and realized that it was actually a DVD footage of Surgeons of Tomorrow. And then John takes out the headband, uses a piece of broken mirror for to see the back of his head. And of course, no stitches, no scars, no nothing. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, John fucking Kramer got scammed! And it was a lot of money. So, a lot of money, honey. So yes, as any other killer would do, he's gonna go out for revenge. And also, oh yeah, I know. So yeah, so then first up, he was gonna go get Diego for some reason. And in Spanish, Diego's like, heard someone come in and was like, so where are we going? And John is replying in Spanish, to hell. Then kidnaps him, not with a syringe, because hello people that are in Mexico, but with a chloroform. And I know, they should have used syringes, but don't worry, they're going to use syringes soon! Now okay, I would show you what happened to Diego next, but I can't because of how graphic it's going to be, and I want to stay on YouTube's good side, even though I'm swearing a fucking lot. Anyways, so Diego wakes up with a rope around him, but not only that, some bombs stitched around his forearms, and tape covering his hands and such, replacing them with a blade. And fun fact to any hardcore Saw fans, but y'all may know that this is actually a slight Easter egg reference to Saw 2 Flesh and Blood, because of one person having that same situation, just without the bombs and such, and without no hands. And I know you're wondering, why is Diego in a Saw trap? Well, surprise! He was not only the driver, but he was actually Dr. Cortez, who is one of the main patients that scammed his ass. So basically he has like 3 or so minutes, I think, to get the blades off, to get the bomb off of him, and cut some wires off, which he does, and shockingly enough, he survives. Then John comes downstairs. While he was like standing on like a little platform like a final boss character there. And yeah, then he gives and he also came down with some medical kits to help him out on it. Then after he dealt with Diego, by the way, remember him soon because we're going to need him for the ending. He goes to call a certain someone, basically. Hold on. Sorry, I was getting that tag off. Sorry, it just bothers me a lot because hello people, I'm autistic. So yeah, so again, John was calling a certain someone. No particular someone. Who knows? Maybe you might hear about him at the end. Who knows? Anyways, after he talks with a certain someone, he decided to go get Valentina first. Which she was at a bar or at the club or something, and was flirting with a man, and he wanted him to basically pay up for some good times. But then he tries to rape her. I'm sorry you had to hear that, but yeah, contact warning, he tries to rape her. But right before he even does it, apparently someone broke the window behind him and knocked him out with a brick. But then that same pigmask person, yes, it's a pigmask person, so shut up, ends up opening the door behind Valentina to go to kidnap her too. Next shows Mateo, who is actually a dog doctor or vet doctor assistant. And Gabrielle came to, for some reason, get some drugs from him. And yeah, I don't know why, but yeah. Then, and after she left, Mateo notices the dog went quiet after hearing a wimp. But yeah. So he slowly goes over to see what was going on. But then a Pigmax person came behind him and actually knocks him out. Not with a chloroform, no syringe, but with a taser. Yes, people, a fucking taser. I don't know why. Just deal with it. Meanwhile, with Gabrielle, she decided to take some drugs. But she noticed that someone was also in the bathroom, so she takes a stall. However, after that mysterious person left, next thing you know, she sees some pair of boots come in front of the stall. So in Spanish, she says, "It's occupied." But then she started banging on the door and tries going in there. But she panics and pulls out her mace and decides, and it got quiet, so she gets out to leave. But then she smacks her with another stall door. And for some reason, I don't know if you can count this as a knocked out thing. Hell, I don't even know you can knock out with it. But the Pigmax person knocks her out with mace. Mace! A pepper spray. I don't even know if you can. And such. So yeah. Then last but certainly not least, we got Cecilia, who is trying to sell more or less help with transit people. And honestly, I just want to show you this because Cecilia has a nice ass house. I am fucking jealous of this bitch, even if she's the devil, people. And you'll see that she truly is the devil somewhere near the end. Trust me. But then, especially with us, she realized that someone is above on her roof. And no, it ain't no Santa Claus. Yes, I did that for you, Leprechaun fans. And if y'all want a Leprechaun franchise review, I might do that. Who knows? But it might not end up becoming a next episode, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Yeah, so then the pig person throws a rock on top of the window that she was right behind, that was right behind Cecilia. Then she runs out to the garage to drive away. But when she opens the garage, she realizes someone's there. She turns on the headlights, and it's the Pigmax person. However, there's another one with a syringe. And yes, they finally use a syringe. And the one Pigmax behind him is actually John Kramer. Which then he soon reveals that the person in front of them is Amanda. And yes, it was revealed in flashbacks that she was the one to kidnap and tail Valentina and Gabrielle. And here's a quick picture of her with her bowl cut. Now, I know you wonder, why the fuck did she have a bowl cut? Remember, it's between cell 1 and 2. So probably, since this is cell X, which takes place between cell 1 and 2, my guess is before she went to Mexico, she probably cut her hair to make it shorter and such. And yeah. So in a nutshell, she basically told Cecilia to get some rest, because she's gonna fucking need it. Yeah. Now I know you're wondering, where's the trip gonna take place? Well, gee, where do you fucking think? Not in America, in the same surgery place where John was scammed. Anyway, he has everybody chained up. Matilda, Valentina, well, kind of Valentina. The only thing is, she's not like chained to a chain. She's actually strapped on something, and she's stuck standing on her bed with a blade like a few feet in front of her. So, yeah, sorry, there's like a doorknob that's loose on my computer desk. Why I can get that fucking thing to fucking stay on tight. Anyway, so John comes out, and instead of like using cassette tapes and Billy the Puppet, he comes face to face with them. Since, mind you, they know about, since they know him and such. So they just don't. So he doesn't need to like show to be hidden and such. And Cecilia told John that it was only trying to help them, but John basically said that game is over, so now it's their turn to play his game. Yeah. And crazily enough, sorry, I'm trying, yeah, I have a video to tell you more about it, since I could just play this on the TV and just learn about it, but no. Before I tell you the next soundtrack, basically, John told Cecilia or reviews that Cecilia and the gang actually did this for 8 years, killing 34 people. I know! That's insane! Okay, so this next trap, I'm gonna call it the Geely Saw Trap. Because yes, it's about a very unique wire saw called a Geely Saw. The reason why it's called Geely Saw because it was named after a guy named Geely. Don't ask. I'm not a numeral lover. I just don't know about it. So yeah, the way how she'll have to free herself within 3 minutes, by the way, is that she'll use the Geely saw to saw up her entire left leg, or right leg, I'm not sure. And then she'll use a tube to stab her like bone gel to fill up a beaker. And yes, I know that sounds hella gross and just weirdly disgusting. And yeah, Amanda is also there to help him out and such. But also, one more thing, if she doesn't do it in time, basically the saw in front of her will go through her, her hair. Like, straight through, because it's kind of a Geely saw as well. But yeah. And yeah, if you remember the trailer, Amanda did say that she'll make it or told someone that they'll make it as long as they keep their heads up. So yeah, Valentina did try, and unfortunately, she did. And yeah, and Cecilia looked away as well. I was like uncomfortable in this. But everyone else started blaming one another, especially motherfucking Cecilia, because she's the bitch that started this whole shit. But yeah. Then when Amanda saw this, she basically told John that sometimes we do things that are against our nature. And to be honest, that's another thing I like about Saw 10. Is that they show more of John and Amanda's relationship together, and how Amanda is actually uncomfortable with doing this because she's not ready to take on the role of being the Jigsaw killer all by herself when John dies. Why don't you just take place between Saw 1 and 2? So, trust me on it. And I actually like seeing that sympathy. Like, trust me, that is good drama to me. Especially good soap opera drama to me. Okay, those are what I only like. Those are the closest thing to me liking drama. And yeah. So, Amanda did actually convince John to actually go for Mateo next instead of Gabriella. However, way before they do the next victim, next thing you know, Cecilia's phone started to ring, which is a few feet from her, and a little rolling coffee table or whatever, that has the robe, John's robe and such, and yada. So, Cecilia grabs Gary Valentina's body, cut her stomach open, and uses the intestines as a rope. Yes, I know, it's gross, but then again, this is fucking Saw! So, and she actually successfully gets it and then tries calling someone, but then she gets electrocuted by the collar that she has around her neck. Then it cuts to Amanda looking at the security guard and is like, John, we have a visitor. Goes, yes, it's Parker Sears. Fucking Parker Sears. Because remember, he also got scammed. And he wanted revenge like John would. But even though he goes in and tries shooting someone, but that was it was basically a mannequin body with Cecilia's head as the decoy. Then Amanda knocks Parker Sears out and ties him up. And John talks to Parker, says, mind you, they're both got scammed and such. And basically, he's kind of now dragging him into the game. Kinda. And he basically wants him to play this game with absolutely no guns. And yet, even though John told Parker that they don't kill, Parker says that they cut her head off! Because of course, no matter if you say that you're no matter if you say shoot someone with a gun, say that the gun did, no matter what, you did it! No matter what! And that goes the same for John. No matter if he kills someone with a truck and says the truck did, too bad! John, Amanda, Logan Nelson, Detective Shank, John, Amanda, Hoffman, Jill, kinda, was kinda, Detective Halloran, and Detective Shank, all 7 Jigsaw killers are killers, no matter what, period, the end. Okay, actually no, this game, I didn't mean the end because, no, the movie ain't over yet, don't worry. So again, so now it's Mateo's turn to do his game, And of course, Amanda takes him till he's passed out again. Then puts him in a chair, which for this trap, I'm gonna call it the brain surgery trap. Why? You'll find out. But yeah, when he did came into the room in a wheelchair and has some stuff here and there on him. Next thing you know, we get a return of this lovely gentleman, Billy the Puppet. With no way of going ice, unfortunately, because, it was 2003 or somewhere between 2003 and 2004. I'm not sure. I'm sorry. But yeah, then he comes riding all the way over to Mateo with some supplies and a tape and such. And yeah, this is gonna sound gross, but the way how he'll thrive in 3 minutes again is that he'll have to cut a center part of his head, grab a piece of his brain, and dissolve it, so then a door will open for a key that will unlock the wheelchair that he's on. And yes, this is fucking gross. And like Valentina and Diego, he makes a good first minute of it, but tries his best, and of course he doesn't make it. And the way on how he died is basically a mask closed in on his head, burning him to death. Which, by the way, looks like this. And if you remember earlier, I talked about how there was like a tiki statue in Mexico and such. Yeah, that's the reason why I told you to remind that, because you will also see this. Yes, I'm using Dead Meat's Sonics Cameo for this. Shut up, I don't care. Yeah. Anyways, so after Mateo died, Parker says that they're fucking sick, but John basically told him, he's sick with cancer and such. And yeah. Then with Gabriella curled up in a ball and just kind of depressed, I guess. Rose notices that there's a tape on Billy for her. But she was like, no. Like, she was being a little brat, being like, no, I'm not doing it. Unfortunately, she has to. But when she plays it, and when Billy the Puppet said, I want to play a game, she throws it away and said no. But John wasn't going to give her choice, so he decided to talk to her through the PA system. Yes, there's a PA system in the room. Why? I don't know. So then one chain on her wrist starts hanging her while another chain holds her ankle. Oh. And basically she has to use a wrench to basically whack her ankle and then her wrist to get out of the trap. Otherwise, a heat radiation are gonna burn her face to a crisp. But for some reason, I've seen people saying like sorry, I'm trying to speak. Some say that she'll end up getting cancer from this, but how? It's just radiation heat. How do you give an innocent woman cancer, let alone anybody? It's kind of effed up, honestly, but yeah. Then actually, Gabriella survived this, and true to John's word, he told Amanda to go get her to the hospital. But then, with Parker sees now out of the chair because they let him free since he was being behaved and all, grabbed the gun and point right at them. So, he forced Samantha to give him the keys to Cecilia collar shackle, sorry. And it was revealed that Cecilia and Parker are actually boyfriend and girlfriend. And then after Amanda unlocks Cecilia from her collar, she basically bitch slaps her. Because, of course. And she just randomly says, I've been wanting to do that since the day I met you. Which I don't blame her because, trust me, if someone did that to you, you would probably want to slap them. Then, and they made John want to put the collar on him, and Cecilia basically tells him that they're playing a new game. It's called We Live, We Die, Fuck You. Or We Live, You Die, Fuck You, sorry. But yeah. Then they also chained Amanda to the shackle because, okay. But then John told Cecilia that they need to get Gabriella to a hospital. But, like a dickhead she obviously is, it's already game over for her and basically snapped her neck. And yeah, with all the accomplices dead, they basically now Parker and Cecilia can share the money together. And yes, as this scene actually finally shows Amanda's anger side, which, thinking about it now, I just want to randomly say, now that's the Amanda that we all know from the Fast 3 Son movies. Which, I don't blame her because, trust me, she is indeed a sick bitch. But she also reveals that she actually knows about John and about how he's a jigsaw killer and all. And fun fact, there's actually a deleted scene to when John and Cecilia was talking on the phone. She actually looked up John Kramer and realized that he was indeed the jigsaw killer. Why was there a deleted scene? I don't know. They just decided to not put on it. Which they also actually was gonna also add the scene from Saw 6 between Williams and John Kramer actually. And yeah, but yeah, they could have a chance to possibly bring back William Easton. However, she had a better idea to put someone else in a shackle that is like right next to John, that being Diego. Get ready, y'all, because you're gonna hate this bitch. So she brings Diego in and force him and get him to put the chain on him. And Cecilia told John that basically if he lets him die, it will be all on him. Which, in John's words, she has a point. Not because she's evil and all, but come on. Then, to be a big dickhead, Cecilia was like, oh, come on, John, please do the scary voice, and mocks his jigsaw scary voice, because fuck this bitch. Anyways, so basically he looks at Diego and told him, no holla, which means don't pull. Why? You'll find out in a second. So Parker starts the trap, which in Cecilia's case, we're going to call this the blood sport trap, which is basically a big tire tire that Diego and John is on, and basically if one of them pulls the lever, that side will go on their end, and they'll drown in blood, which Diego does try saving John's life by doing on his life, but and John Kramer is obviously normal manly voice like, no Diego, no horror, and does inside I do. And Amanda was watching this in tears, asking to stop because they're killing him. But then again, they're evil bastards! Evil bastard couple to be exact. So yeah, so then they said, okay, let's go. But then when Parker was looking out and Cecilia was looking for the bag of money, she did bring up a point. And that is that if she was the last player, who was actually supposed to be on the other side of that plank with her? Yeah. Then she finds the bag, she pulls it, and surprise, there was like a 10-minute timer where sirens go on, siren noise comes on, and the sardines on Hell's Up 10, by the way, plays on. And fun fact, when I saw this in the theater, I was like, holy shit, it's the end. Because yeah, I was with my mom during that time. And yeah. And I know you wonder, what the fuck is going on? Basically, it was revealed that Diego actually had Parker Sears out to John Kramer, and they intentionally left the phone and rope and such right near Cecilia so that she could text Parker Sears to come to quote-unquote save her. And when Amanda saw the text, she was like, gotcha. Well, not to them, but just by herself. And not only that, but the money in the bag that Cecilia grabbed was not full of money, but just some papers and such. And then, and also they replaced the bullets with like empty bullet gunpowder. Gunpowder, that's what it is. And basically, they told them that they thought they won, but they was actually the marks all night long. Meanwhile, while they're trying to figure out how the hell to get the hell out of there, Amanda unlocks her shackle, unlocks John's shackles, unlocks Diego's shackles. Then basically, the room that Cecilia and Parker are in is basically filling up with poisonous gas, which will kill them unless they stick their heads through a hole that will save their lives. However, there's only one, so during the music, they fight each other for that hole. Which, fun fact, like earlier in the movie, before the John and Diego trap started up, they did warn Parker that Cecilia would betray her, which obviously she did because it was the trap. And yeah. Then at the end, and she ends up letting Parker Sears die while Cecilia stayed alive in that room. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, shockingly enough, Cecilia was stayed alive right at the end. However, the real bag of cash was actually right near them somewhere in the room. And John Amanda actually gives it to him since he was actually a warrior to John. Which is kind of nice of him. And so our movie ends with John, Amanda, and Diego leaving the room as the sun rays, even though to us, basically John and Amanda went to heaven. However, there's actually a post-credit scene which maybe shat my pants hard. And which is that apparently John has Henry Kessler, who is also a scammer with Cecilia and the others. And shockingly enough, they was actually in the bathroom trap. And yes, at least I think, Alan is probably dead in the bathroom trap. And his torso scar is actually not there, but there is a machine on his chest. And apparently, John thanked a detective for helping him catching all these victims. And that detective is motherfucking Yay! Or in Kermit the Frog's word, yeah! Cause yeah, I'm honestly glad that Mark Hoppman is back in this movie. I'll say this, holy shit, dude, you haven't changed at all. So yeah. And so basically and yes, if you're curious, yes, he was indeed the guy who told him of all the people to cheat, you pick John Kramer, and also randomly says a random quote 2006 quote or 2003 quote, whatever, saying epic bad luck, whichever that means. And the movie really ends with John Hold on. Okay, so anyways, and the movie actually ends with John telling him, but now I want to play a game, and starting up the machine that's basically like scooping up his torso guts to like rip open and such. And ends with the camera spinning around like a spiral! I know, that's a dumb joke. And yeah. And some say, and God knows if Henry is alive or not, but to me, he's obviously dead. The movie is a great back to basics this movie to show. And remember, you can actually go see Saw 11, because yes, there's going to be a Saw 11 coming out in the theaters October, either in September or October of 2024, aka this year. But before I go, I want to say one last thing that was on my mom's mind after we saw this movie, and that's that apparently mom tries to think like if like Diego was from like a past Saw movie. I'm not sure, but if y'all know him, please comment down below and tell us, because I really want to know. And yes, if you're curious, yes, that's someone who is talking to John about like catching the others. Yes, that was indeed Mark Hoffman. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I hope you like, comment, subscribe. Follow me on the social medias that are linked in the description. And again, if you want to see my entire Saw franchise playlist, it should be either these or either up here or whatever. And yeah, thanks for watching, and what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, comment down below what other movie reviews would you like me to review next. And as always, I'm Dylan the Bye Guy, and this has been the Bye Guy Reviews. See ya!